وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as we are working towards the end of Kitab al-Hajj wal-Umrah, this evening we are looking at the consequences to any possible omissions that are done during the Hajj. So if we omit a particular action during Hajj, what is possible? Is there a dam that applies or not? We will be exploring those, inshallah. So the author states, وَمَنْ فَاتَهُ الْوُقُوفِ بِعَرَفَةٍ تحلل بعمل عمرة وعليه القضاء والهدي ومن ترك ركنا لم يحل من إحرامه حتى يأتي به ومن ترك واجبا لزمه الدم ومن ترك سنة لم يلزمه بتركها شيء. The author states that if you omit the following, this is the consequence to it. The first, the person who omits standing on Arafah, so let's say for whatever reason, it is the 9th of Dhul Hijjah in Mecca, and you are unable or you do not fulfill wukuf on Arafah, the author indicates the person is released from performing Hajj by performing an Umrah instead. So if they did not accomplish Arafah, now remember Arafah, the wukuf is limited to the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. If the waqt of wukuf passes, and of course the general waqt of wukuf, as we understand it, would be from zawal until sunset. That is the general period of wukuf, except for the person who has been delayed. And let's say they only reach Arafah on the 9th, but perhaps maybe only after Maghrib, after the sun has set. The ulama indicate that they get a special waqt of wukuf that lasts up until midnight. And that, of course, is only for the person who was beyond his or her means and gets to Arafah after Maghrib. Now, that is highly likely when 4 million need to, get. I was talking to one Hajj who had performed the Hajj this year, and he said that it took him 4 hours to leave Arafah to get to Muzdalifah. 4 hours, a distance of like 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, because of buses and you waiting for your turn to, of course, enter a road. So if you are delayed, then that would be your waqt of wukuf. But if you miss it in its entirety, you do not get Arafah on the 9th of Dhul Hijjah at all, the ulama have written that you now are released from the Hajj and you conclude with an Umrah, and you have to slaughter a hadi, essentially a dam, and the Hajj is upon you. It's still upon you. You have to perform the Hajj again, because Al-Hajju Arafah. Hajj is Arafah. The second, if you miss a rukun of the arkan of the Hajj. Now, to refresh our memory, some of the arkan of the Hajj, tawaf, sa'i, wukuf bi Arafah is of the arkan. If you miss of the arkan, then you are not released from your ihram until you perform it. Okay? So we separate wukuf bi Arafah from this because Arafah has a particular day and period. But if you miss any of the other pillars, you remain in ihram until you perform those pillars. The third, if you miss of the wajibat. So included in the wajibat would be your ihram from the miqat, right? So if you miss of the wajibat, another aspect of the wajibat is your mabit for the Shafi'i, your mabit with Mina, your mabit on Muzdalifah. It's of the wajibat, of the mandatory or obligatory actions. If you miss this, then you offer a dam for that. And so when people study Hajj, we always tell them accommodate finances for multiple dams in case you possibly make a mistake. Then you are able to pay the dam accordingly. And then the fourth, the author says, if you miss a recommended action, a sunnah action, right? You miss that, then there is no action that is required for that omission. If you omitted a sunnah action, there is nothing that you have to do to make up for that. So to summarize this evening, inshallah, there is no Hajj without wukuf on Arafah. That is a requirement. There is no way of making up for that. The author writes, you perform Umrah, you have Hadi, and of course you perform the Hajj again when Hajj is in the following year or in the future. If you miss of the arkan must be fulfilled. You can't miss them. The wajibat, if you miss of the wajibat, then you are required to pay a dam for each omission. Okay, very important point. Inshallah, next week I will be looking at the types of dam or kafara or fidya that we pay for various actions. Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad. So a dam is essentially the slaughtering of a sheep. That is the general dam. But next week I will look at various forms of kafara. So a dam is generally the slaughtering, but there will be other means of kafara as well for differing actions, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Any other question? Jazakallah khairan. Wa sallallahu wa sallam.